Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. We are looking at Rush versus True. Definitely two of my favorite players to cast on this channel. The newcomer to ASL in True. Definitely looking forward to seeing how he can perform in this first season for him. Obviously, we've cast a lot of his games, but I specifically really like his Zerg vs. Terran at the moment. And then, of course, we have Rush, who is just so strong. We're on Polestar here. So not Radeon, but Polestar. And yeah, you know what? I've played a ton of games on the new maps, except for that one desert map that's just terrible. It's split in half. But I played a ton of games on all the other maps for this season. Polestar is really a solid map. There are a lot of bases. They're in interesting, different locations. So like attacking and defending them feels really different. And something I think I might have, no, I don't think I actually mentioned it on the casting channel because we haven't actually had that many games on Polestar here yet. But it feels like there's more variety in expanding on Polestar than in any map in a really long time. The reason why we call your first expansion your natural. This is an old terminology because when RTS first was starting to get figured out for real, guys, I'm sorry, the older games, Dune was an RTS first and Warcraft 1 and 2. No, actual RTS gameplay was really figured out with StarCraft 1. And the terminology of a natural came along as a way to describe, well, you take your natural base. Okay, and for a while there, we did mention natural thirds and stuff like that. But your natural expansion, so where do I expand? Because it was a question back when everyone was terrible, right? Is well, I mean, you could make a base in another main. But no, it's okay, you take your natural, the base that obviously you should take. Now, sometimes on Polestar, and this is a great feeling to have, sometimes it doesn't feel like there's a natural third. It'll be oh, do I want to take this pocketed base or do I want one a little bit further away on a high ground? Or vice versa if your opponent is in a different spawning location. So it's kind of giving just a slightly more interesting feel as far as additional expansions compared to most 4-player maps, which is really, really cool. And sometimes you get that. It just based on position. It's just the layout of the bases is really, really different. So anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there as a plus towards Polestar, because I'm looking forward to casting a lot of pro games on this map, and I've definitely enjoyed playing it as well. Okay, the single marine pressure that we see sometimes, it hits an overlord. This is actually, I really appreciate this from True, that he just lets that sit there. There's no chance of losing this, but it's yeah, just keep the marine back for a minute, whatever. Okay, Ling's popping out. It's so funny that a bunker's being made. I can't even. What? Yeah. That's... What else can I say? That was that should never work. True was the most calm, cool, collected cat I've ever seen. The fact that he let his overlord take half damage and he didn't pull a single drone... And it's he's letting the bunker almost finish. He's no, I'm totally fine. He's this isn't supposed to work, and I'll show you why. Because I literally don't even have to do anything. So 3 more Marines walking out from Rush. He's going to just make a beeline here. He's going to get 1 drone, I think, is what's going to happen. So, yeah, gets 1. Oh, he gets 2! Good on him. Good on him. That was probably just slightly missed micro from True. This is crazy. What a fun early game this has been so far. Oh man, Rush is just playing a rabid dog here. But he's gone into 2 barracks. He's got a wall. That's the only reason he can make moves like this. If let's say he didn't have a wall, even a bunker, True could just make a mass of Lings and it would be almost 100% impossible to defend. He'd have to have a ton of SCVs off his mineral line and stuff. Really, the wall has allowed all of this to occur. Yeah. Anyways, Spire is on the way here for True. He's taking 3rd base. That's kind of a cool 3rd base. This points towards a very aggressive game. And the reason for that is if you think it's going to, like, if you're not planning an aggressive strategy, this doesn't make sense to take because it doesn't make an easy fourth. Whereas, you know, you look at the top left and take the main or the top left natural, and then you have a fourth base, like, right there. Here, you don't have a fourth base anywhere. This is more like, I want everything kind of in this little quadrant. I'll macro quickly. I can defend if I really need to, but the rally is going to be fast. I don't really have to think about it. I can get my drones there when I want, that type of thing. All right, a defensive bunker being made. This is probably just to defend the depots and just kind of zone lings out of this area. He definitely knows that True is very aggressive. All these guys know each other, played each other a ton of times. So, like, you know, True is generally pretty aggressive. So putting this bunker here does make a little bit of sense. He is making his missile turrets now. True's first mute is coming over. He is getting that plus attack upgrade for his flyers. I'm going to pull those mutas back a little bit. It's kind of a cool SimCity down here so far. I kind of like this, actually. It's kind of handsome. And, you know, this is one of the flaws of having a wall is your opponent can play like this. And, like, the thing is, yeah, you can stim your Marines and bring them up here, and then he just kind of rotates out and he'll attack somewhere else. He knows where your Marines are and how long it takes for them to walk to locations. So it might open up potential down here. But Rush already has his second turret. Do you really want to do this? Oh, man, he's got 7 mutas, but he's, like, misfiring a little bit. There. Finally gets a full one. So, like, if the mutas aren't perfectly stacked and you're attacking and giving a move command, sometimes there'll be, like, 1 or 2 in the back that didn't shoot. And that's what we saw there. He should have gotten 3 more SCVs if it was, like, perfect control. Okay, Rush moving out across the map during this. True rotates back. He has that gas made, so he's getting ready for some more production there. Nice. The full group of mutas, of course, can just disable this. He does have his factory on the way. Just a regularly timed factory. He's on 3 racks, so that's all pretty normal stuff, too. Hydralisk Den. Okay, okay. Fuelings coming out. I think True is getting ready to try to just stomp out this Marine Medic army. If he can clear that one time, that's going to be really nice. Just flying around the edges, looking for anything sticking out. He does have additional units ready to jump on this if an engage begins. Good pullback from Rush. This is really good spacing from him. Really good. Gets his reinforcements up there. Oh, loses a medic. Loses a second medic. Those are good picks. And this medic is pretty low on health, too. So that's really, really nice. He might actually want to do, like, one of those hold position attacks that really sprays the glaives. Medic count is really low. So when the Marines, if the Marines are, like, all damaged, there's, like, a different attack you can do where you go in close and the glaives spray as opposed to focus. And you take a little bit more damage, but you deal a lot of damage to a lot of Marines as opposed to, like, a lot of damage to 2-ish. All right, Starport is up. Queen's Nest coming for True. Keeping a lot of pressure on. He does have that Lurker upgrade coming. Rush is doing a pretty phenomenal job of kind of reinforcing this army and not letting True get a position where he can crush it. It's okay to lose Marines, but keeping the base alive so that you still have a good ball is really important. So Valkyrie on the way. It's a one starport Valkyrie. Doesn't have an add-on, doesn't have a second starport started, but is going up to 4 racks. Just finished that. And it looks to me like he wants to get, like, maybe a hold position lurker up here. He's not going to be able to get lurkers up to here, I don't think. But, like, you could put him in here in kind of hold position. It looks like that's what he wants to do, but this might backfire. If Rush is able to push up here right now, that becomes a huge issue because he's morphing right here. If he's morphing back at home, they finish easily in time, but he's trying for a more aggressive stance, and this is going to cost him. Because the Valkyrie's here, he is going to have to jump in as he's finished. There isn't really a choice there because he has to save these lurkers or the game's going to end. Okay, so he jumps in. Really good from Rush. Dude, yeah, okay. Wait a minute. What? Okay, we have to actually take a look at what's going on here. I have to have missed something. So that engage to me looked very good for Rush. There's not a ton going on for True. So let's go back up close to the point we were at. So he's doing okay here. The Valkyrie comes out. The Valkyrie gets some really good hits in here. Nothing happening at Rush's base. So he's trying to surround on these lurkers. Okay, he's getting really good volleys. He gets the scan off here, and he's going to kill 3 lurkers. Ah! Darn, I need to pause just before that to really look at the game state. Okay. So it's about to finish up. So let's take a look at what he's got. Okay, so he's going to lose his whole army here. He does only have the 1 starport. He has no science facility. He has 4 Marines at home, 3 more making, 0 medics, or 4 more making. He dealt a lot of damage here. The thing is, True doesn't have that much going on. Rush has a good SCV count. Okay, so I have a couple guesses, and you guys can let me know what you think on this. It could just be that Rush wanted to go, like he had something else to do. He could have had like a spawn match starting or a pro league match starting, something like that. He's just like, oh, this is gonna be a long one. I'm not gonna finish it. Something like that. That is one of my guesses. My other guess is he's looking at this position and saying, well, I don't even have a science facility and there's lurkers out. And I've talked a lot about how Valkyrie builds are right now basically all-ins. There was a long time where we had Valkyrie builds and they would just transition into a normal game. But nowadays they're kind of seen as an all-in. If you go into Valkyries, it's to hit a timing before lurkers. So when lurkers are out, Terran can't finish you anymore. There's no science vessels. You know, we see people try things like mass drop with it or something like that, but he's only got 1 starport here. So that's my other take, is it's like he might just look at this and say, yeah, I can't kill him. Like he's going to pull away with this game because this was kind of an all-in. Anyways, let me know which one you think it is. Kind of an anticlimactic ending here. Thanks for watching. See you next time.